Islam. It is wait, July the 15th, 2018. And I'll be continuing where I left off last time at the hypocrites. Say, nothing will afflict us, save that which Allah has ordained for us. He is our patron, and on Allah let the believers rely. Say, do you await for us but one of two most excellent things? And we await for you that Allah will afflict you with a chastisement from Himself or by our hands. So wait, we too are waiting for you, waiting with you. Say, spend willingly or unwillingly, it will not be accepted from you. Surely you are a transgressing people, and nothing hinders their contributions being accepted from them, except that they disbelieve in Allah and in His Messenger. And they come not to prayer, except as lazy people, and they spend not, but while they are reluctant. Let not then their wealth, nor their children, excite thine admiration. Allah only wishes to chastise them therewith in this world's life, and that their souls may depart while they are disbelievers. And they swear by Allah that they are truly of you, and they are not of you, but they are a people who are afraid. If they could find a refuge or caves or a place to enter, they would certainly have turned thereto, running away in all haste. And of them are those who blame thee in the matter of the alms. So if they are given thereof, they are pleased. And if they are not given thereof, lo, they are enraged. And if they were content with that which Allah had and His Messenger gave them, and had said, Allah is sufficient for us, Allah will soon give us more out of His grace. And His Messenger too, surely to Allah we make petition. Section 8. The Hypocrites. Zakat, charity, is only for the poor and the needy, and those employed to administer it, and those whose hearts are made to incline to truth, and to free the captives and those in debt, and in the way of Allah, and for the wayfarer. An ordinance from Allah, and Allah is knowing, wise. And of them are those who molest the Prophet, and say, He is all ear. Say, a hearer of good for you. He believes in Allah and believes the faithful, and is a mercy for those of you who believe. And those who molest the messenger of Allah, for them is a painful chastisement. They swear by Allah to you to please you, and Allah as well as His messenger has a greater right that they should please Him, if they are believers. Know they not that whoever opposes Allah and His Messenger, for him is the fire of hell, to abide in it, that in the grievous abasement the hypocrites fear lest a chapter should be sent down concerning them, telling them plainly of what is in their hearts. Say, go on mocking, surely Allah will bring to light what you fear. And if thou ask them, they will certainly say, we were only talking idly and sporting. Say, was it Allah and His messengers and His messenger that you mocked? Make no excuse. You disbelieved after your believing. If we pardon a party like of you, we shall chastise a party, because they are guilty. Section 9. The Hypocrites. The hypocrites, men and women, are all alike. They join evil and forbid good, and withhold their hands. They have forsaken Allah, so He has forsaken them. Surely the hypocrites and the transgressors. Allah promises the hypocrites, men and women, and the disbelievers the fire of hell to abide therein. It is enough for them, and Allah curses them, and for them is a lasting chastisement. Like those before you, they were stronger than you in power, and had more wealth and children, so they enjoyed their portion. Thus have you enjoyed your portion, as those before you enjoyed their portion, and you indulge in idle talk as they did. These are they whose works are null in this world and the hereafter. And these are they who are the losers. Has not the story reached them of those before them, of the people of Noah and Ad and Thamud, and the people of Abraham, and the dwellers of Midian, and the overthrown cities? Their messengers came to them with their clear arguments. So Allah wronged them not, but they wronged themselves. And the believers, men and women and friends one of another, they enjoin good and forbid evil, and keep up prayer and pay the poor rate, and obey Allah and His Messenger. As for these, Allah will have mercy on them. Surely Allah is mighty, wise. Allah has promised to the believers, men and women, gardens wherein flow rivers, to abide therein, and goodly dwellings and gardens of perpetual abode. And greatest of all is Allah's goodly pleasure, that is the grand achievement. Section 10. The Hypocrites. O Prophet, strive hard against the disbelievers and the hypocrites, and be firm against them. And their abode is hell, and evil is the destination. They swear by Allah that they said nothing, and certainly they did speak the word of disbelief, and disbelieved after their Islam. And they proposed that which they could not attain, and they sought revenge only because Allah, as well as His Messenger, had enriched them out of His grace. So if they repent, it will be good for them. And if they turn away, Allah will chastise them with a painful chastisement in this world and the hereafter. And they shall have in the earth neither a friend nor a helper. And of them are those who made a covenant with Allah. If He gives us out of His grace, we will certainly give alms and be the righteous. But when He gave them out of His grace, they became niggardly of it, and they turned away, and they are averse. So He requited them with hypocrisy in their hearts to the day when they meet Him, because they broke their promise with Allah, and because they lied. No, they not that Allah knows their hidden thoughts and their secret counsels, and that Allah is the great knower of the unseen things. Those who taunt the free givers of alms among the believers, as well as those who cannot find anything to give, but with their hard labor they scoff at them. Allah will pay them back their mockery, and for them is a painful chastisement. Ask forgiveness for them, or ask not forgiveness for them, even if thou ask forgiveness for them 70 times. Allah will not forgive them. This is because they disbelieve in Allah and His Messenger. And Allah guides not the transgressing people. Section 11. The Hypocrites. Those who were left behind were glad on account of their sitting behind Allah's Messenger, and they were averse to striving in Allah's way with their property and their persons, and said, Go not forth in the heat. Say, the fire of hell is fiercer in heat. If only they could understand. Then let them laugh a little, and weep much, a recompense for what they earned. So if Allah bring thee back to a party of them, then they ask thy permission to go forth. Say, Never shall you go forth with me, and never shall you fight an enemy with me. You chose to sit at home the first time, so sit now with those who remain behind. Islam. And never offer prayer for any one of them who dies, nor stand by his grave. Surely they disbelieved in Allah and His Messenger, and they died in transgression. But let not their wealth and their children excite thy admiration. Allah only intends to chastise them thereby in this world, and that their souls may depart while they are disbelievers. And when a chapter is revealed, saying, Believe in Allah and strive hard along with His Messenger, the wealthy among them ask permission of thee and say, Leave us behind, and we may be with those who sit at home. They prefer to be with those who remain behind, and their hearts are sealed, so they understand not. But the Messenger and those who believe with him strive hard with their property and their persons. And these it is for whom are the good things, and these it is who are successful. 89. Allah has prepared for them gardens wherein flow rivers, to abide therein. That is a great achievement. Section 12. The hypocrites. And defaulters from among the dwellers of the desert came, that permission might be given to them, and they sat at home, who lied to Allah and His Messenger, and painful chastisement will afflict those of them who disbelieve. No blame lies on the weak, nor on the sick, nor on those who can find nothing to spend. If they are sincere to Allah and His Messenger, there is no way to blame against the doers of good, and Allah is forgiving, merciful. Nor on those to whom when they came to see, if thou shouldest mount them, thou didst say, I cannot find that on which to mount you. They went back, while their eyes overflowed with tears of grief, and they could not find aught to spend. The way to blame is only against those who ask permission of thee. Though they are rich, they have chosen to be with those who remained behind, and Allah has sealed their hearts, so they know not. They will make excuses to you when you return to them. Say, make no excuse, we shall not believe you. Allah has informed us of matters relating to you, and Allah and His Messenger will now see your actions. Then you will be brought back to the knower of the unseen and the seen. Then He will inform you what you did. They will swear by Allah to you when you return to them, so that you may leave them alone. So leave them alone. Surely they are unclean, and their refuge is hell, a recompense for what they earned. They will swear to you that you may be pleased with them, but if you are pleased with them, yet surely Allah is not pleased with the transgressing people. The dwellers of the desert are hardest in disbelief and hypocrisy, and most disposed not to know the limits of what Allah has revealed to His Messenger, and Allah is knowing, wise. And the dwellers of the desert are those who take what they spend to be a fine, and they wait for an evil turn of fortune for you. On them is the evil turn, and Allah is hearing, knowing. And of the desert Arabs are those who believe in Allah and the last day, and consider what they spend in the prayers of the Messenger as bringing them nearer to Allah. Surely they bring them nearer to Allah. Allah will bring them into His mercy. Surely Allah is forgiving, merciful. And so I'll stop right there for now, and I'll pick it back up at section 13, verse 100, again, the hypocrites. Next, I'll be reading chapter 36 of the Circle 7 Quran. There we go. Know thyself. Holy instructions from the Prophet, know thyself. Weak and ignorant as thou art, O man, humble as thou oughtest to be, O child of the dust. Wouldst thou raise thy thoughts to infinite wisdom? Wouldst thou see omnipotence displayed before thee? Contemplate thy frame. Fearfully and wonderfully art thou made. Praise therefore the Creator with awe, and rejoice before Him with reverence. Wherefore of all creatures art thou only erect, but that thou shouldest behold His works? Wherefore art thou to behold, but that thou mayest admire them? Wherefore to admire, but that thou mayest adore there and thy Creator? Wherefore in consciousness reposed on thee alone, and whence is it derived to thee? It is not in flesh to think, it is not in bones to reason. The lion knoweth not that worms shall eat him, the ox perceiveth not that he is fed for slaughter. Something is added to thee, unlike to what thou seest, something informs thy claim. Higher than all is the object of thy senses. Behold, what is it? The body remaineth perfect after it is fled, therefore it is no part of it. It is immaterial, therefore it is eternal. It is free to act, therefore it is accountable for its actions. Knoweth the ass the use of food, because his teeth mow down the herbage? Or standeth the crocodile erect, although his backbone is as straight as thine? Allah formed thee as He formed these. After them all were thou created. Superiority and command were given thee over all, and of His own breath did He communicate to thee the principle of knowledge. Know thyself and the pride of his creation, the line uniting divinity and matter. Behold, a part of Allah himself within thee. Remember thine own dignity, nor dare descend to evil or to meanness. Who planted terror in the tail of the serpent, who clove the neck of the horse with thunder. Even he who hath instructed thee to crush the one under thy feet, and to tame the other to thy purpose. Islam. That was chapter 36, Know Thyself. And lastly, today I'll be reading some part of the national sign today. What it will be, let us see. Ooh, something I haven't read in a while. Yes. The 13th Amendment of the Constitution with 20 sections. Ratified November 18th, 1865 by 3/4 of the several states. Section 1. All persons shall have the right peaceably to assemble and worship God according to the dictates of their own conscience. Section 2. The use of the public press shall not be obstructed, but criminal publications made in one state against the lawful institutions of another state shall not be allowed. Section 3. The right of citizens to free and lawful speech and public assembly shall not be denied. Access of citizens to the ballot box shall not be obstructed, either by civil or military power. The military shall always be subordinate to the existing judicial authority over citizens. The privilege of the writ habeas corpus shall never be suspended in the presence of the judicial authority. Section 4. The militia of a state or of the United States shall not be employed to invade the lawful rights of the people of any of the several states. But the United States shall not be hereby deprived of the right and power to defend and protect its property and rights within the limits of any of the states. Section 5. Persons held to service or labor for life in any state under the law thereof may be taken into the territory of the United States, south and north latitude 36 degrees 30, and the right to such service or labor shall not be impaired thereby, and the territorial legislature thereof shall have the exclusive right to make and shall make all needful rules and regulations for the protection of such right, and also for the protection of such persons. But Congress or any territorial legislature shall not have power to impair or abolish such right of service in the said territory while in a territorial condition, without the consent of all the states south of said latitude which maintain such service. Section 6. Involuntary servitude, except for crime, shall not be permanently established within the district set apart from the seat of government of the United States, but the right of sojourn in such district, with persons held to service or labor for life, shall not be denied. Section 7. When any territory of the United States, south of north latitude 36 degrees 30, shall have a population equal to the ratio of representation for one member of Congress, and the people thereof shall have formed a constitution for a republican form of government, and shall be admitted as a state into the Union, on an equal footing with the other states, and the people may in such constitution either prohibit or sustain the right to involuntary labor or service, and alter or amend the Constitution and their will. Section 8. The present right of representation in Section 2, Article 1 of the Constitution shall not be altered without the consent of all the states maintaining the right to involuntary service or labor of south of latitude 36 degrees 30. But nothing in this Constitution or its amendments shall be construed to deprive any state south of said latitude 36 degrees 30 of the right of abolishing involuntary servitude at its will. Section 9. The regulation and control of the right to labor or service in any of the states south of latitude 36 degrees 30 is hereby recognized to be exclusively the right of each state within its own limits, and this Constitution shall not be altered or amended to impair this right of each state without its consent, provided this article shall not be construed to absolve the United States from rendering assistance to suppress insurrections or domestic violence when called upon by any state, as provided in Section 4, Article 4 of this Constitution. Section 10. No state shall pass any law in any way interfering with and obstructing the recovery of fugitives from justice or from labor or service, or any law of Congress made under Article 4, Section 2 of this Constitution, and all laws in violation of this section may, on complaint made by any person or state, be declared void by the Supreme Court of the United States. Section 11. As a right of comity between the several states south of latitude 36 degrees 30, the right of transit with persons held to involuntary labor or service from one state to another shall not be obstructed, but such persons shall not be brought into the states north of said latitude. Section 12.